Hello United fans, welcome to the United Report, your go-to source for the latest news, match updates and transfer stories straight from Old Trafford. Manchester United have pulled off a determined FA Cup victory after pushing Arsenal to penalties at the Emirates Stadium. Joshua Zirkzee scored the winning spot kick after Kai Havertz missed for the Gunners. The offside flag prevented Gabriel Martinelli from opening the scoring after he found the net in the first period. The Brazilian was left furious after he felt he took advantage of a deflection from Harry Maguire in a half that saw few chances. Arsenal showed little in the way of threat, and Manchester United served up a lesson early in the second half. Alejandro Garnacho drove into space towards the Gunners' box before laying the ball to Bruno Fernandes, who smashed the ball past David Raya. United went a goal up, but were soon a man down as Diogo Dalot put in a rash challenge on the halfway line to earn his second yellow card. Barely a minute later, Gabriel Magalhaes' strike deflected past Altay Bayindir to level the scores. Were brandished across the sides, Martin Odegaard saw his effort from 12 yards saved by Altay Bayindir. The goalkeeper proved a formidable force as Arsenal racked up chances, but extra time was required to separate the sides. Arsenal knocked on the door, but could not find a way past United's 10 men as the game ended with penalties. Mirror Football takes a look at the talking points to emerge from the game. It emerged ahead of the game that United's winger was a target for Antonio Conte and Napoli. The Serie A side are expecting Kavica Kvaratskhelia to depart and want Garnacho to replace their talisman. The 20-year-old is available for sale, but was named in a scarcely rotated United side by Ruben Amorim. While want-away star Marcus Rashford was once again left out of the squad, Garnacho made his first start in more than a month. It appears that the Argentina international is still within the thought process of Amorim, and he showed flashes of the attacking value he can bring. Garnacho was pivotal in the build-up to United's opening goal, with a direct run up the right flank, ensuring the side's counter-attack did not go to waste. Both Arsenal and Manchester United have been widely linked to new strikers in the transfer window, and neither appears particularly close to signing one. Gabriel Jesus and Rasmus Højlund started the game looking to prove their value to their respective managers, though the former was sharing his time leading the line with Kai Havertz. That Jesus was on the right flank and that Højlund was starved of service perhaps tells its own story in many ways. With the Brazilian being added to Arsenal's injury list after being stretchered off before the end of the opening 45 minutes, the Gunners are down another attacking player. Both sides lacked a presence up front, albeit for differing reasons. Given the time they spent in control of the ball, it may be Arteta who is screaming for a difference maker for the rest of the season. Havertz's 88th minute miss may prove the most persuasive argument Arsenal's injuries one day and 3 new injuries. Riccardo Calafiori was ruled out with a muscular issue before a ball was kicked, while Jesus was carried from the field with a knee injury after falling from a tangle with Bruno Fernandes. Perhaps most worryingly of all was when Martin Odegaard started to hobble before half-time. The Denmark international looked ready to leave the field, but with scant time remaining until the break, he persisted on the pitch and did ultimately emerge once again. Given how Arsenal handled his absence earlier this season, there will have been a sigh of relief that Bukayo Saka was not joined on the sidelines by his creative teammate. Odegaard was not able to take advantage and missed a penalty in the second period, however. The players they are already missing appears to be enough for Arteta to contend with for the moment, with Jorginho adding to his concerns after needing to be substituted during extra time. There will be no FA Cup trophy to spare Mikel Arteta from any pressure he could face at the end of the season. Last term, Erik ten Hag was afforded an extended stay at Old Trafford after victory in the domestic cup, while the world's oldest cup competition remains the only major trophy Arteta has earned with the Gunners. Winning the competition would be unlikely to solidify either manager as a legend, but could have been a useful tool to earn some breathing room. Before this game, Arsenal had been eliminated from the FA Cup at the third round stage in 2 of the last 3 seasons, something that had only happened once in the previous 25 campaigns. The pressure just ramped up for Arteta to land a Premier League title or face questions of another trophyless season. Amorim, meanwhile, can target domestic cup glory for a 3rd season in succession for United. There have been persistent rumours of United wanting a new goalkeeper to challenge Andre Onana, and Sunday saw Altay Bayindir attempt to pour cold water all over them. Harry Maguire took aim at Kai Havertz and said, "You cheating scumbag," after the Arsenal star landed his team a penalty. Tempers flared at the Emirates with 20 minutes remaining as the referee pointed to the spot with the game poised at 1-1. Havertz dribbled into the area and attempted to evade Maguire, who left out a leg and saw himself pinged for a foul. The Manchester United star protested his innocence with the referee, who has no VAR in the third-round FA Cup encounter. After pleading with the official, Maguire turned his attention to the Arsenal frontman, whom he clearly accused of diving. Both sets of players then began brawling after the penalty decision was made, with verbals exchanged. Manuel Ugarte then clashed with Havertz as the German found himself on the deck. Once the situation had been calmed, Martin Odegaard stepped up as he looked to put Arsenal ahead. He was thwarted though as Altay Bayindir produced a stunning save, keeping the game level ahead of the final period. Ex-Newcastle star Alan Shearer was full of praise for Bayindir and his save, but believed that the penalty should not have been given in the first place. Speaking on BBC Sport, he said Altay Bayindir gets down really quickly. He gets a good strong hand to it. I thought the penalty was a bit harsh, I really did. Bruno Fernandes had put the visitors ahead after a goalless first half. The United skipper finished impressively after a pass from Alejandro Garnacho. Gabriel soon had the Gunners level though, with his effort deflecting in off Matthijs de Ligt. In between the two goals, Diogo Dalot was given his marching orders. The United wing-back was already on a yellow card when he came flying in for a tackle, only to miss the ball completely, leaving the referee with no option but to produce a red card. United and Arsenal are both desperate to land a trophy this season, albeit for differing reasons. Ruben Amorim is looking to salvage something from what has been a forgettable campaign thus far, whilst Mikel Arteta is facing questions as his silverware drought continues. Manuel Ugarte could be banned after he was involved in a heated clash as Manchester United knocked Arsenal out of the FA Cup on Sunday. United were left incensed after Arsenal were awarded a controversial penalty when Harry Maguire was judged to have fouled Kai Havertz with the score 1-1. Both sides were involved in a mass brawl after Maguire attempted to confront Havertz and Ugarte appeared to headbutt him in the scenes that followed. The incident appeared to have been missed by referee Andy Madley as Ugarte was not among the three players booked in the aftermath of the clash and VAR is not being used in the third and fourth rounds of the FA Cup. As a result, Ugarte could be given a 3-match ban if his actions are considered violent conduct. Ultimately, Arsenal captain Martin Odegaard saw his penalty saved by Altay Bayindir and the game went to penalties where United emerged victorious. After the game, Ugarte took to Instagram and shared some snaps of him in action with the caption, "When we have the ball, it's a game, and when we don't, it's a fight. Let's keep it going always together." And United boss Ruben Amorim has echoed Ugarte's comments, stating, "Thankfully, the players were there. They fight, and what we talk about before the match is not technical or tactical, but this. We have to compete no matter the situation, and we competed today. I think Arsenal had more chances, but I think we deserved to win. Arsenal maybe didn't deserve to lose, but we deserved the win, with the way we played and the way we fought. It was really tough at the beginning and not having the ball, but without the ball you can control the game. We had the feeling that everything in the end would be okay. I felt that since the beginning of the second half. Even after the penalty, I felt that, and I think the Arsenal team maybe felt that today wouldn't be their day. But I'm really pleased for the way we controlled the game without the ball, and with set pieces, we were really strong. The spirit was there even with 10 men. I think the connection between the team on the pitch and the fans outside was a really good thing to feel. I think we are improving on that, and I think that is the base of everything. Now the rest will come, but that connection, we are fighting. Bruno Fernandes has challenged his Manchester United teammates to continue to reach the standard they set in the win over Arsenal. United progressed to the fourth round of the competition after a 5-3 victory over the Gunners on penalties. Joshua Zirkzee converted the decisive spot kick after goalkeeper Altay Bayindir had earlier denied Kai Havertz. The contest had finished 1-1 after 120 minutes, with Gabriel cancelling out Fernandes' opener with 63 minutes played. Between the two goals, and just 2 minutes before Gabriel's equaliser, United were reduced to 10 men when Diogo Dalot was sent off for a second bookable offence. Bayindir denied Martin Odegaard from the penalty spot 9 minutes after the Gunners had dragged themselves level, producing a brilliant save down to his left. United then continued to defend heroically, with the likes of Harry Maguire and Matthijs de Ligt superb at the back. Having performed so well against Liverpool at Anfield 7 days earlier, United's last 2 performances suggest they have turned a corner under head coach Ruben Amorim. But Fernandes is refusing to get carried away, shifting the focus to Thursday's clash with Southampton at Old Trafford. It doesn't have to do anything, to be honest, Fernandes told MUTV when asked what the victory should do for the squad. What you have to understand is that in certain moments we will suffer. If we suffer together, do it as a team. If we really believe in each other, we can go through difficult things, as was today. But now the difficult part for us is that we have to understand that we have to do this week in, week out. Fernandes revealed what Amorim told his players after the win over Arsenal, adding now, as the manager just said, it's not week in, week out. In just 3 days, we have to do it again. We are going to play Southampton, who are last in the league. Everyone is really tired, but you cannot find excuses or whatever. We have to take that away from us and have to understand that we have set a standard, and we have to keep this standard higher, not lower.